Brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with Jameis Winston and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He finds an opening past the 40. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
This is Cohen. Oh, eluding the tackle. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky on first down. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Tackle made there by Bilal Nichols. The Bears and Bucs, you might recall, met in Tampa Week 2 of last year, which was actually the first game for the Buccaneers after Hurricane Irma washed out their opener with Miami. And it was the Bucs who beat Mike Glennon in that game 26-9. Second down, Winston. And this throw will be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. If that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Only 3 yards on the pickup. They'll be left staring at a 3rd and 14.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Trubisky will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Danny Trevathan there to bring him down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Play fake. Winston. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Leonard Floyd in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Winston needing a big play after the sack as he leads the Bucs up on 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Winston. This is caught by Jackson. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. He got 29 yards that time.
And that was a heck of a shot right there by Jameis Winston. Boy, he has a superior right arm, doesn't he? You saw.
He's actually a switch hitter in baseball, outfielder, and then, of course, a very hard-throwing pitcher. That's translated well in the National Football League.
That it has. When he has to make that throw on a line, he's got plenty of arm to do it.
They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
Where you think 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Now Jameis on second down. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. Jameis now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Cameron Brate, was the target. And that'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. Screen play, Anderson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. To the air again with Winston. He's going to go up top for the end zone. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Please tell me this doesn't come off as snarky. But that's a relative chip shot. I mean, you've got to be able to execute that one. I don't care what they design on the other side about trying to block the kick. That should be 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. If you're out at 55, 60 yards, low trajectory from here, you get that thing up, this should be 3.
Yeah, there's nothing routine in football, but this one really almost should be. Snap, hold, kick, ball through the post. Didn't happen that way.
They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Now, they told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, Anderson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On 3rd down, Winston. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And down he goes, a Buccaneers sack. Quan Alexander not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They go play action with Trubisky. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it. But they were stuffed on that play. Only got 1 yard. Great job by the defensive front. The linebackers, everyone got involved and force a 4th down.
Yeah, nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start the drive with Anderson. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Let's go, let's convert, let's convert, let's convert. Even. Hey, time out.
Now a 2nd down throw for Winston. It's caught by Jackson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. And we've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Even.
From the gun, Winston. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
50.
Working out of the gun, Winston. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Even. Hey, stop.
3rd and long for Winston. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable.
18.
Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now it's Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. To play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break.
Blue.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Oh, he almost had the rare interception. The big fella couldn't hang on, though. Incomplete.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Here's Jones. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah,
right?
a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Ready? Blue lady. Hey, 5 over 50. 5 over 50. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Screen, triple C. Here we go, even.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Jackson's got it over the middle. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful.
And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick. The 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Harkey adds the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now Jones. They find some open field here. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. It's the first NFL touchdown of the young career of Ronald Jones, as his guys are back within a single score. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now Jones. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Keep bringing it. Stay in there. Follow. Where's that?
And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They go play action here on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
Are we really in the second half here? And this is the first time we've seen Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans?
Yeah, you know that they missed that in the first half. Up until this point, they've really missed it, haven't they?
I think that's a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now.
And they'll run it here. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Now Winston. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
The Bucs on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
Jameis to throw it. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they decline it as that will bring up 4th.
And I know that yardage and field position are keys to any game played, but you got to consider downs when you're talking about penalties, and they wisely did not take that one and made it 4th down.
And Hauschka missed it left. It's no good for Stephen Hauschka. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll start with a give to Cohen. They'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. Throw left side complete. That's Burton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Hey, 18. Red's up. Red's up.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky. Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Again, it's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
To throw is Winston. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Yeah, he did. Winston now. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. A pretty good coverage there in both of these defenses. They've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Throwing again. Winston on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed, but all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. They'll throw again. Winston throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jackson. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. And they'll go with a ground attack here. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
Brandon, this is a good spot in the field to go for it. A lot of coaches call this no man's land. A field goal is no sure thing, and neither is a punt. They made the right choice, went for it, and picked up the first down.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
150.
Jameis now on first down. Evans has it left side. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Winston. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Jameis Winston, his fifth touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Hauschka adds the extra point on the NFL scoreboard. Third quarter now from Jacksonville. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin the drive on the ground with Cohen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On first down, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Lock in.
This is Cohen on the toss. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. On 2nd down, Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Cohen. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Throwing right, and that's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Trubisky to Gabriel there for a Bears first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher for guys trying to get to the football.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky rolling to his left. His throw incomplete. He was trying to hit Taylor Gabriel that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. Trubisky finding the former Eagle Burton for the Chicago first.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
You see it?
Throwing here, Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Lock in, lock in. Ran, up. 18.
Here's Trubisky to throw. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. So on comes the kicker, Cody Parkey, in a big spot. And Parkey's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to stay with it.
That's true. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Hurry! Move.
Now a carry here for Orleans Darkwa. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Gotta go.
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll run again now with Darkwa. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Stop made there by Gerald McCoy. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
And they, in fact, will throw it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. He'll look to throw. Over the middle to Evans. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. First down now, but that clock rolling. He's back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
The Bucs on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Back to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Evans. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 3 points, the deciding margin. And the kick no good at the end that could have sent us to overtime. And while it was a decently long kick, you know, we've almost gotten to the point with these kickers these days. Anything inside 60, we just expect them to make it. But that was a tough pressure kick.
I love how you brought that up, though. That is so true, because the kickers have almost done themselves a disservice by being so good. Exactly right. And when they do miss it, I'm not sure we give enough gravity to the idea of, you know, that's a